This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very interesting topic to share with you. I have watched a very interesting video by Eileen, aka Colourful Noir on YouTube. Hello, dear Eileen. I watch your channel, and you guys should also check Eileen's channel out. I watched her video. It has a long title. I'm going to read it to you. So the thumbnail says, I wasted 10,000 pounds, but you don't have to. And then the title says, what really happens after a luxury haul unboxing, don't waste your money, luxury minimalism. So this is the video to which, of course, I shall post the link to in the description box underneath my video. So you can go check out Eileen's video or Colourful Noir's video and see what she has to say, because she has a lot of points that she talks about. And it's a very interesting topic and video, because she lists how many products, luxury products, that she has purchased during her, I don't want to say life, but during her luxury spending life, and that she afterwards decided she didn't like, or they just didn't suit her lifestyle anymore, or just maybe were impulse buys, and then she kind of let them go and sold them. And then she, did a couple of calculations and figured out how much money she actually made or lost from these products. And so she came to a couple of conclusions about whether or not luxury should be, can be, or could be considered investment. Like, we say, oh, buy a Chanel bag, it's an investment piece. Kelly Birkin, always a good investment piece. Every luxury item, great investment piece. Is it true or isn't it true? There's several points that she talks about in her video that we're going to get to together in this video, and we're going to come to certain interesting conclusions, I got to say. Before we get to it, don't forget, as always, I say, if you haven't already but wish to, subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, superdacob all spelled together. You can follow me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. Thank you to my patrons and members who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a virtual audience. I do live streams every Saturday, so join the fun, join the live streams and be part of the conversation. And thank you to all my co-chatters in the live chat on the sidebar here. I'm going to get to all your comments as we go along in this video. So let's see where it's all at. So Eileen begins by saying that she has realized how much money she actually lost by reselling or by selling certain luxury items that she doesn't like anymore, didn't want anymore, or for whatever reason. And she said she purchased them for a certain price. Then when she let them go, what does it mean she lost money? For her, it means that the money that she spent to purchase these pieces was not the amount of money that she got after selling them. So she got less, or in some cases way less money back after she sold these pieces than the money that she actually spent to buy them. A colorful noir. So this is Colourful Noir. There you go. This is Colourful Noir, and always a very, very beautiful, relaxing, and soothing voice when she talks. It's really always soothing to listen to her, no matter if she's talking about something dramatic or not. It's always kind of like she's very zen. I love that. So she's telling us in her video, she's giving us a list of products. Sometimes she groups them together in terms of what she sold. So let's get to that. Okay, so here we have a Cartier bracelet. She states that by selling it, after purchasing it, she got bored of it. or for whatever reason didn't want it anymore. And when she sold it, she lost 1,200 pounds selling that. Next, another Cartier piece on which she claims that she has lost 1,800 pounds. Then, is this Van Cleef and Arpels? I can't even see, it's so far. She lost 1,800 pounds on this one. Sorry, my monitor is too small. Can't see. So here we lost 1,800. The Kelly necklace, 1,900 minus. So after selling it, she lost 1,900 because she paid more for it new than what she got when she sold it. Next one. Okay, so Chanel bags. In this case, we have so in this case, in this part of the video, she explains, she shows one bag, but she explains that she sold 4 Chanel bags. And from what I understood in the video, she said that from the 4 bags that she sold altogether, she lost 2,500 pounds. Next one. Here we have another Hermes. 1,000 pounds lost on this one. The little charm. Could be all leather goods together. I think she mentioned in this case, she grouped all leather goods together, small leather goods that she sold. On the small leather goods, she lost 1,000 pounds or lost over 1,000 pounds. And then she proceeds to say that, also I wrote it down here, so it's over 10,000 pounds that she lost. And then she does mention kind of being addicted to shopping, like, you know, it's like therapy, shopping therapy. So you kind of buy stuff because it makes you feel good in that moment. And then she touches base on something which she puts also in the title. What really happens after luxury haul unboxing? Don't waste your money. Luxury minimalism. So she does say, be careful, you guys. You're watching all these videos of all of these kind of luxury YouTuber / influencer people, and they all look super happy and high when they're unboxing something. But then maybe once the cameras are not rolling, maybe they have buyer's remorse. Maybe they're not that happy. Maybe they couldn't really afford what they're unboxing. And the truth is maybe different. She also kind of says or implies that, you know, a lot of people fall into this trap if you're making videos on YouTube and you're an influencer, or making photos on Instagram, and you're just kind of living for that high of getting the likes and the views. So you post a photo of yourself with your brand new Birkin, and then what? You get your 10,000 likes. It's over. So the depression might kick in for many people because then that high is over. So basically she's saying, like, people are purchasing stuff for all the wrong reasons. Well, that's what I would say. She doesn't say it that way, but that's what I would say. I would say, yes, people are purchasing stuff for all the wrong reasons. Many people are. And then she also states that, you know, how she tries to deal with this so that she doesn't fall into that thought process of, oh, I feel like I need to buy something, so I'm going to shop. I buy something and I bought it because I wanted to buy something. And then I come home and then I'm like, oh, but I don't really want this. So she started, you know, giving us tips and suggestions. Here, make lists. That helps a lot to visualize the amount of money that you spent for something, so that you always keep track of how much money you're spending. Try to always, she says, that's what she does in some cases, to invest the same amount of money that you spend buying something, to invest it also in something that will bring you money back. So that makes you feel less bad that you spent the money on a luxury good. She also says, in the past, she used to, when she would sell a luxury good that she doesn't want anymore, the money that she got from that, she kind of saw it as free money, and she would immediately reinvest it in buying something else. She said she stopped doing that, or she tries to stop doing that. Now she tries to put it in that money that she gets back from selling a luxury piece that she doesn't want anymore. She tries to put that money into a savings account or invest it in something else. And it goes on. She gives us tips on how to try to, you know, buy less, to be more thoughtful. She also shows her Rolex with diamonds and says, I wanted to sell this, but then I thought this is the only this is the only watch I have, so I'm going to keep it, and good that I kept it because now I love it even more. So she's giving us a lot of psychological thought processes there. But one thing stuck out to me, and this is the issue that I have, and not with Eileen at all, but with the thought process that many people have, and that is when she said at a certain point, this luxury good. Now, do I have here something here? I have my little protected always in my pouch. So she actually lifts up a bag at a certain point. The Timeless Classic Small, which we have here, right? And she mentions it and says, by the way, the smell of this bag, insane. Okay, so she mentions that if you don't really love the luxury good you've purchased and you're kind of storing it, she says you're wasting money because the maintenance that it costs you. Now I wonder, like, well, if you're not using it, what maintenance are you paying for? The insurance that keeps going up that you keep paying for it. I'm like, well, but the insurance, you pay insurance. I mean, I don't know what type of insurance she has, but usually insurance, it covers your home, like the possessions in your home, and you pay it every year. So if you sell off the 10 bags you don't like, you're still going to have that insurance for other things in your house. So it's still the same insurance. So there's that. And then she said for repairs. I'm like, well, if you're not using it, you don't need to pay for repairs. But that's all besides the point. She said then that she says, if you're not using the luxury item, or even if you're using it, the money you spent to buy that luxury item is locked inside that item. So she visualizes the luxury item as having the money that you paid for it locked inside of it. So she says, so you want to sell it to get the money unlocked out of that item. And so she says sometimes some pieces are good investments, like Chanel mini rectangulars or squares, Kellys and Birkins. There you could maybe get some more money out of them than you put in to buy them. But for the most part, you lose money if you resell luxury items. The second you leave the store with the purchased item, the item loses value. Hence, she thinks that it's not a good investment to think of luxury items as investing in. But she still keeps saying that with every luxury item she buys, she sees as if money is locked into that thing. And so she's upset, like she says, that's not a good feeling to then, once you resell this item and you lose some money, it's not worth it. It's frustrating for her. And here's my thought on that. I think the thought mistake that Eileen made, or that a lot of people make, is to see these objects as containers of money. And I'm phrasing this specifically this way, not in another way, to make very clear that it's not about an investment. I do not, and I would never tell you that buying a bag is an investment. Never. And I think we got to get that out of our vocabulary, out of our minds. We have to stop thinking of these bags as investments, of luxury goods as investments. We have to stop thinking about, oh, well, if I can't resell it for the same amount I bought it for, or even more, then I'm losing something. It's a wrong way of thinking. Let me tell you why. Because when you purchase a luxury item, you use it. So by using it, you're getting the value back of that item. Follow my mental process here. The longer you have a luxury item in your possession, let's say you bought this bag. Now they're just going to go up in price. Well, by the time you see this video, they would have gone up in price again. But let's go back in time when this bag was a bit cheap. Let's say $3,000. You buy this bag for $3,000 and you have it in your collection already for 10 years. You got to deduct those $3,000 from those 10 years, or you got to split it up to see how much you actually spent for this bag on a yearly basis. Add to that the enjoyment, the pleasure, the time that you spent with this bag, the utility that you got out of this bag, the usage that you got out of this bag, the love, the joy, the happiness, all the moments you got with this bag. That doesn't have a price. It doesn't have a price. So if you were to resell this bag one day and you bought it for 3,000, but you sold it for 2,000, and you say, oh, I lost 1,000. No, you didn't, because you spent so much time with this bag already. You enjoyed it and you used it so much. And also, you didn't lose money. Why didn't you lose money? Because I don't know, maybe she doesn't work, but I also work. So for me, I spent 3,000 on this. Done deal for me. From that side, from my job, I'm getting more money in all the time. So I don't see this as lost money. Once I spent the 3,000 on this bag, for me, it's done. It's done. I don't think about money anymore. For me, this object, Eileen says this object unlocks, enshrines the money that she spent in it. No, it doesn't. I gave the money to Chanel, put the bag there, done deal. There's no $3,000 in this. There's no money in this. This becomes pure emotion, memories, feelings. It's done. And then from work and other places, money comes in. I never envision these objects as money makers or as money takers, for that matter. You need money to materialize these objects. You need to give that money to Chanel in order for this object to become yours materially. But once it's yours materially, you enjoy it, you live with it, you feel it. It's a tactile and emotional, and in this case, because this leather smells divine, it's also an olfactive experience. And that's priceless to me. That's how I enjoy these objects. So I never see them as, oh, they're enshrining money in them. There's no money in this. The money is in Chanel. They took the money. Okay, I gave them the money. They gave me the bag. And with the bag, they gave me a dream. And I live that dream out in the best way possible. And I enjoy myself with this bag. And I love it to bits. And so I think we're thinking a little bit wrong. I mean, everybody can think however they want to think, obviously, in a free world. But I think we got to kind of stop with this investment crap because no, it's not an investment. The only investment once you purchase a luxury good is investing in your pleasure, investing in the quality of your life and the type of quality that this piece will give you, embellishing your mood, the atmosphere, life for you, special moments. Why ruin that dream by constantly having to think about the money that is enshrined in this object? That's terrible. Then you will never enjoy your pieces. You will never get to have fun with them, because if the only reason why you justify every purchase you make is because it's a good investment, then you shouldn't buy it. You should not buy it in the first place, because this is not an investment. This is a bag. B-A-G. Bag. It's not an investment. It's not a monetary investment. It is an investment in pleasure and enhancing your life and your mood. And that's all it is. And once that money, I don't know if you follow me, but once that money is spent for this bag, it's gone. I don't think about it anymore. And I'm not saying, oh, great, well, because you have the money or not have the money. I mean, even if you're going to have to pay it on credit card and then have to pay it off, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's still your money. It's your debt. Your debt is your money. You're paying percentages on that debt. Even in that case, you're paying it off to somebody else. That has nothing to do with this bag anymore. So I don't think you can really enjoy these objects if you see them as money. Now, I know that she says that she is working on spending less, really looking into what she really loves. That I agree with. I can tell you personally, I've always been that way. Do I have any regrets about things that I bought in the past? Not that I can think of. Not that I can think. I would really have to think hard. And even the pieces that I bought and then they end up in my archives, and maybe I take them out of the archives once every 2 years. I still don't feel bad about buying them because that one time I take that piece out of the archives every 2 years is so joyful for me. It gives me so much joy to rediscover the piece, even if it's just for one day every 2 years. It's worth having it in my collection. It still is worth having it in my collection, even if I rediscover it every 2 or 3 years. I still don't see it as, oh my God, I lost all that money. What? No, I didn't lose that money. I spent that money for that object. Now, if you are the type of person who buys because you just want to unbox something and then you want to bring it back, well, then you have a whole other can of worms and issues that you got to deal with. Inferiority complexes, wanting to prove yourself to a peer of virtual audiences who don't even know you. Why do you even care what they think about you? Why do you have to prove yourself to people you don't know on the internet by unboxing stuff that you think is going to add value to your life? That's a whole wrong way of thinking. That in itself is a huge mistake. So people who are, I'm not saying Eileen is, I'm analyzing in general, people who are like that need to really reevaluate their priorities. Because if you're about purchasing these things just for the sake of showing it off, then you got deeper rooted issues, and those issues are not monetary issues. It's not about, oh, well, okay, I bought this, but it's a good investment. So yeah, so I can justify it like that. No, it's not even that. I think your problem is bigger. I think you bought this because you think that your personal human value is stuck in that object, not your money. Don't use money as an excuse. You think your personal human value is enshrined in that object, and having that object will legitimize your presence on social media. Having that object, showing off that object, will legitimize your validity and value in the eye of society through social media. But if you need that object to legitimize your social status and standard within society and social media, then you got huge issues on a psychological level, which have nothing to do with money, but which have a lot to do with inferiority complexes. Ask yourself, where does it come from? Ask yourself, why do you have that need? Isn't there anything else in your life about you personally that you can respect and love and cherish? Is there anything that you could grasp onto that is intrinsically yours, that doesn't belong to a brand, that you can use to shine, to show who you truly are? These are the real questions to be asked. And I think the more we talk about these luxury objects as investments, and the further we drift away from the actual core problem at hand, which is self-esteem, self-dignity, because those are far gone when you fall for that trap of talking about bags as investments and luxury products. Why? Are you buying these things just to resell them? So then open a business, boo. Open a store, open a consignment store, make a business out of it. Turn that into profit. Tell other people to give you their used bags and you're going to sell them for them. That's okay. You want to talk about bags as investments? That's how you do it. You start a business. For a person like me who has worked in fashion for so many years in many different departments, from marketing to PR to sales to production to design, I can tell you this: in sales in particular, even for a store, once the merch comes in, so the product arrives to the store, so you have purchased this for wholesale price or landing cost price if you work for the brand, but let's say wholesale price, and you're stocking it in your store. It's hanging in your window for a month, 2 months. It's not selling. 3 months, 4 months, for every month, for every day that you're not moving the merch, for every day that you're not making a turnover on that piece, you're losing money. Because you're paying the rent for the store, you're paying whoever's working for you in the store, insurances, the space that the piece occupies in the store. So you're even a store is devaluing. There's a devaluation of the goods within the store on a daily basis, because that's just how economy works. So that's what I'm telling you. If you start seeing bags as investments, you're doomed unless you don't open your own store. Because of course, the investment a store makes is it buys something for wholesale price. There's a markup of 2.5, 2.7%. That's usually the markup that you have to add on top of the wholesale price. And then you sell the bag. And then whatever's left over in between, you pay the taxes, whatever have you. And then what's left, you got to pay your workers. Everything is paid. Then what's left over is what you earned. So there's always a loss. There's always a loss. If you are buying a bag as a private citizen and thinking of it as an investment, it doesn't work. It never did. It never will. It's just a silly illusion that a lot of people make for themselves to justify spending an atrociously humongous amount of money unjustifiably for a luxury good that is not worth that money. So some Oompa Loompa out there somewhere in the past started saying it's an investment, and then everybody followed. Oh, that's a great excuse. I'm going to use it too. And a lot of people started using that excuse to spend atrociously high amounts of money for stuff that maybe they don't even love, but they feel kind of like they gotta buy it because well, socially it's deemed proper to buy it, to own a piece like that, because if you do, then that means that you've made it somehow, that you're somebody somehow. And so a lot of people fall victims to that, and it's kind of really sad. Because the real question is really about your own self-esteem and your own self-worth, which has nothing to do with this bag. As I said before, I know it's not that easy to follow this thought process, but when I buy this bag, money is gone. I don't see this as money. To me, this becomes emotion. And that's it. And the money will, I keep earning money from my jobs. So the money keeps coming in from elsewhere, and I decide how to spend it or not spend it. But once I spent it, I've spent it. I did not invest it. I mean, it's like kind of simple math, really. But yes, the math is simple, but no, the psychology is not simple. So Eileen also says something interesting at the end. She says, she's trying to do these exercises like how to also not buy too much. And I think the honesty that she has there is really wonderful in terms of how she says that, she has these plans and these sheets and these kind of lists that she makes so that she can kind of always, she says, hey, the FOMO, huge red flag, fear of missing out. By the way, you could check out my FOMO video, card section up above. I made a video on FOMO, analyzing FOMO. And she said, and thumb up this video while you're at it, will ya? If you're liking it. Thank you so much. She said, if you're at Chanel and you see a seasonal bag and the sales associate, as they always do, says it's the last one and we can't order another. And then you go, oh, FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. Okay, I'm going to buy it. And then you buy it. And then you're like, did I really want it? So she gives these tips like, if you're buying online, put it in your cart. Couple of days, don't purchase it, just let it linger in the cart. Think about it. Do you really dream about it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Or also she would say, if it's a seasonal piece and it's the last one, let it go. Learn to let it go, because there will always be another seasonal piece. There will always be another bag. There will always be something else that's going to come your way. And I say, yes, that is true. But also, the fear of missing out has to be maybe separated from the fear of not being sure whether or not you really love a piece so much. And how can you know if you don't buy it first? It's not always easy to know whether or not something is, it's kind of hard before you actually have it in hand and you can test it out and wear it and use it. Before you can really get to experience it personally, you can't really know. So what are you going to do? Keep waiting and waiting with these classic pieces? They go up in price so much every year. You keep waiting and waiting while you're thinking about whether or not you need it and it's worth it for you. I mean, that's kind of also difficult because these brands are playing these games with you. They're not stupid. They're upping their prices little by little every year just to keep educating you to think that you have to be quick about it because time is ticking. The next price increase is right around the corner. Buy it now. Buy it immediately. They make these price increases strategically once a year, twice a year, so that they educate the consumer to constantly keep buying. But the trick is, they announce it also a couple of days beforehand. Hey, the price is it's gonna go up in price in just a week. And then you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna buy it now. But what you forget is that it actually already went up in price last year already. So it's already too expensive. It's already more expensive than it used to be last year or 2 years before that or 3 years before that. So by them telling you it's going to go up in price again, they force you to psychologically think, okay, I got to accept the fact that that it's okay that this bag now costs 6,000 euro. The last price increase, it was 5,000 euro. And you had to accept the fact, they were like, hey, it's going to cost 6,000 next week. So 5,000 is a great deal. And then you're like, oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it actually is. Okay, let me buy it for 5,000. But the year before that, it was 4,000. And the year before that, it was 3. And the year before that, it was 2. So they tricked you into believing that the 5,000 was a good price. So the shop and the brand is making a really good investment in making bags that don't cost that much, but they trick you into buying them. So be clever about it, trick them back. How can you trick them back? By taking it cool and saying, sure, increase the price. I don't need the bag today. I'm still not sure I want it. But when I am sure, I'll come looking for you. So you don't need to contact me 1 week before every price increase as my, favorite sales associate that I worked with for many years. You don't need to tell me like, hey, just letting you know, I shouldn't be letting you know, but I'm going to let you know there's going to be a price increase within 1 week. So just in case you want to buy something for the lower price. I'm like, for the lower price? No, the lower price was 10 years ago. So thank you. You don't need to tell me that. I don't care about the price increase. I'll buy it when I'm good and ready. And if more people started thinking that way, these brands wouldn't be upping their prices like crazy all the time because they would realize that we're not falling for the game. Because at the end of the day, it's not an investment. It's a game. It's a very shrewd mental game that these marketing teams are playing. And they're winning. Oh, big time. So forget about the investment aspect. Forget about there's money locked in this bag. No, just enjoy it. Life is too short, you guys. And guess what? You can't take all of this shit with you to the grave. Once you're dead, all of this is gone too. Somebody's going to take it, steal it, sell it, inherit it. Nobody's going to respect it as much as you did because you worked hard for it. These are your pieces that you love. So love them while you're alive. Nothing belongs to you. Everything in life is on loan. It is on loan because your time is limited. And once you're gone, this is not going with you. When you're gone, you're gone. And this bag is going to have another life of its own. So keep that in mind. And with that in mind, all of a sudden, the mere word investment makes no sense. Invested for what? To earn money for what? You're going to die one day anyway. What are you going to do with all that money once you're dead? Pass it on to your kids? Okay, fine if you have kids, but then they're going to die too one day. I mean, it's like, Enjoy life while it's happening. And don't constantly worry about the next price increase, about how much money you spent on this and how much money you might get out of it if you sell it. Because thinking about money that obsessively is going to prevent you from enjoying life and living life. And I'm not saying you need a lot of money to enjoy life. Coco Chanel always said, you know, the best things in life are free. The most beautiful sunsets are, you know, miracles of nature that happen every day. They're for free. To see them is for free. But second best is very expensive. And we keep falling for the second best. We keep thinking that second best is the best. It's not. It just isn't. These are beautiful objects that are meant for you to enjoy. They're not meant for you to suffer, to think, oh my God, it's losing its value. Oh my God, if I wanted to tomorrow, I could sell it for double the price. Don't get hysterical. Don't. This, once you purchased it, has no value. I mean, monetary value. It has emotional value, but it has no price value. You gave Chanel the money. You got the piece. This is for you to enjoy. Forget about the money. You're going to get more money. It's coming in from your jobs, from your other stuff, from your work, whatever your work is, or from your, I don't know what, houses, selling houses, buying houses. If you're, I don't know, into what business you're into, but your business is what gives you the money. This here, pleasure. So I'm going to thank you guys so much for listening to me. I hope I made some sense. And I know a lot of you are like annoyed that my videos are too long, but you know, it takes time to bring a point across. Let me read your chats. Honestly, I really needed to hear this, says Olivol. Thank you, Olivol. Thank you. Selena Cares says, yes, second best. Man, that is so true. Better to buy once than twice, 3 times, etc. Yeah, of course. Because guess what these brands do? By tricking us into, oh, you know, another price increase is coming. You just keep buying them because you think, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, okay. No, then it's fine. Then I will spend the 5,000 because it's going to be 6,000 next week. I'm like, so who cares? So, but now you end up after 10 years of this trickery, you got one bag a year, let's say. So you got 10 bags. Those 10 bags added up cost way more than maybe the one real bag you love that you could have bought in 2 years from now. And you know, the money, you could have had the money. So, but it's like you keep buying and buying and buying, and these things keep going up in price. They keep kind of snatching money from you instead of just saying, you know what, I don't need anything. When I'm good and ready, I'll come to you and I'll buy what I want. I don't want your FOMO. I don't want your marketing manipulation. I don't want any of it. I don't care how much it costs. Okay? I don't care how much you're going to increase it every year. I don't care about your little fuckery and mind games. When I'm good and ready, I'll come to you and then fine. The price it is. Done. Stephanie says, kids might just sell your beloved possessions anyway. True. Or just throw it away because they don't even know, you know, because to them it has no value. Bella B says, a lot of questions on purse forums. What should I buy as an investment piece? The experience is different right there. Yeah, but that's insane, Bella. I mean, you know, investment piece. Look, it's about the vibe. Just like holding the bag like this moment right here in time, talking to you guys, just doing this is worth it. To have had this bag, just to have this moment in time and just be like, boom. You know? It's like that simple. It's about the pleasure of the moment. It's not about the money. Letty says, gotta say this. I love Dacob. Thank you so much. This channel and the community that belongs to it, because I've never found humans are loving, understanding, smart, witty, kind, and utterly gorgeous wholeheartedly. Thank you so much, Letty. So sweet of you. Thank you. My CC88 says 10 years ago, prices was an amazing time. Yeah, but even then they were too expensive. It's just that now brand marketing has brainwashed us to think, oh, well, back then it was so cheap. No, it wasn't. It was super expensive. But because it's even more expensive now, they manipulate you into believing that it was like super cheap back then. It wasn't. That's the mind game they're playing. And So what, 10 years from now, this bag is going to be $20,000. Just think about it. Crazy. Megan says, amen, Dacob. Buy when you're ready. Yes, you buy when you're ready. So what? You waited 10 years, but then you're ready because then you wanted the bag. Yeah, the bag would have had price increases till then. But guess what? You didn't end up, because of FOMO, buying 10 of these bags before every price increase because of the FOMO. You get the one that you want when you're good and ready. Done. Megan says, Dacob, I can totally relate. I have had sales associates say, you should get it now. It's going to go up. Of course they say that. It's in their interest to say that. They're just doing their job. FOMO, exclusivity and expensiveness are crucial elements in maintaining brand integrity. Good one, good one. Gwen says, seasonal colors always come back, not always the same, but something similar will pop up again. Yep. Prince Zhang says, all this tea and chat while our king giving us the truth. Megan says, I know it's a late comment, but you should always buy any luxury item because you love it. That being said, it's good to know if life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. Daniel says, I don't buy many luxury bags, but I do buy Folio Society books, which are luxury. Same. They bring happiness. Maybe I would get a profit on some of them if I sold them, but profit cannot be assumed. Prince Zhang says, my hubby bank account is quivering. Spending all that money, honey. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, girls, don't let your husband see this video. Your hoarding addiction might be in danger. That's a funny one. If one were wealthy enough to repeatedly purchase unicorn bags and retain them unopened for 20, 30 years, would they be more likely to work out as an investment? No. And again, it's the wrong way of thinking. Don't even think that way. Woulda, coulda, shoulda been more. Why? Then open a store. Don't call this, oh, me, private citizen, buying a bag and then hoarding it for 20 years to them. Open a freaking store. Call it for what it is. Then make that your livelihood. Get bags in, sell bags out. Consignment store, resale store, whatever have you. But then open a business. That could be profitable for you if you become a popular shop. But as a private citizen, who are we kidding here? This is not going to pay my rent. This is not going to pay my retirement fund. It's a bag. How many of these bags do you need to resell to be able to ensure yourself a safe life? Hundreds of thousands of them, which you don't have and you never will. So these people that are talking about these bags of investments, they have jobs, they have money coming in from other sources. It's just an extra to kind of, justify the cost. To say, oh, but it's a good investment. Yeah, no. You bought it now, you sell it tomorrow, and then it's gone, and the money's gone too. So it's not, you're still gonna need a job, or you're gonna need another 50,000 of these bags to keep it going, to be able to live off of it. So open a store. Otherwise, don't call it an investment. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Become a member today. Join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together. Follow me on my Chanel dedicated Instagram profiles. One is called Coco Chanel is in my house, dedicated to my Chanel collection. And the second one is called Coco Chanel Privé, dedicated to the life of Coco Chanel. You can also follow me on superdacob, my main Instagram account. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you all. See you soon. Take care. Bye.